Hey, what is cracking, guys? Hope you're doing well. We got a sunny but quite chilly day today, but it's the weekend, so we got to make some progress on the camper. This is pretty much where we're left off from the last time. So we've got the new ring frame put in, we've got our internal structure added in as well. Everything has been planed down to the appropriate thickness because, again, my plywood was just a hair bit off. I think I added this piece since the last time. Right now it's just glued into place, but this is essentially the backer board for where the gas strut is going to mount. So it's got some meat to bite into when we screw that in. I've got the new outside piece cut. And today, at least, we're going to get that piece attached. I think I've got a game plan. What I ended up coming up with was essentially kind of a biscuit or a dado or something like that. I don't know. Some of the terminology is slipping my mind. But I've got this bit which has a bearing which will guide along the piece of wood, and it'll cut a channel. So essentially we're going to ride this along here. I'm going to figure out my measurements, and I'm going to cut a slot right down the center of probably 90% of the length of this. So we're going to get a 3/8 inch deep groove in there. I'm going to do a mating cut in that long edge, the mating edge. I'll have a 3/8 inch groove cut deep in that. And then essentially all we're going to do is take a couple strips like this, which are just shy of 3/4 of an inch, so it'll get stuck in there a 1/2 inch, and then into that piece of 1/2 inch. That'll be a pretty good bond. We'll glue it all up, and then we're also going to run screws through the outer piece into the ring frame and this structure. You can see I've got already my lines marked for where that wood exists underneath because I won't be able to see it. So that way I know exactly where I need to run those screws through. Let's get to it. Just added an extra little sample cut here. We can see from the original cut it doesn't fit, but now we got a perfect fit there. That'll be perfect. Get some glue in there, and that'll be the tits, my guy. was off just a hair. I think that's decent. Not perfect. Didn't expect perfect. We definitely got really good seating depth here. We have a little bit of a gap up at the top, maybe just a little shy of 1/8 of an inch. My marks line up almost perfectly, and everything seems to be sitting perfectly flush. So like our board's perfectly flush with everything on the inside. I still have some fine sanding to do, obviously. All right, glue ups always get me a little nervous because you gotta move kind of quick, especially with some awkward stuff like this. But I'll call that a win for right now. Finish sanding to do along here, maybe a little bit more patchwork, just to get that nice and smooth for our banding to go around that. And I've been thinking about it. I didn't want to take apart this other side, but in the whole scheme of things, all I have to do is pull off this inside piece of trim here, and it's a little deteriorated. Please God, cross your fingers that I don't find some worse damage here.
You're gonna do more work?
Yeah, I might do a little bit more work. The reason I don't want to is because I don't want to find anything bad under there, but I think we're okay. I mean, all this wood up here seems solid underneath. So again, fingers crossed it looks the same further down. And from what I can peek in there and see, I think we'll be all right. But it might as well replace this stripping on this side as well, just to do it right. But I'm happy. She is solid. All right, pass the kick test. How about here? That was a certified grade A karate kick too. All right. Bingo bango. Let's go see if she fits. Like a glove. Like a glove. Not bad. The hell yeah, brother. She's coming together. Couple good things. One, pretty much no water damage. This all looks really solid. So I'm happy about that. So I don't really feel the need to peel back anything further. I think this side's gonna be good to go. Second thing, it's making me feel better about the work I did. It's all covered up now, but feel free to rewind. Look at this shoddy craftsmanship. Look at that. Those gaps they've got. No wonder they wanted to put that trim piece over there. Yeah, mine certainly lines up a lot better than that. So that's a good deal. Now, what we have here is the old inside panel from the Galley. And what you're probably wondering is, why did I cut it? Well, we need to get that cut out for the locking arm on the rear hatch. And this was the best way I knew how to do it. So I just cut that so I can line it up here, use it as a template. We'll get that traced out, cut out, and that'll be said and done. Before I get all of the aluminum trim and everything put back on here, I think we're probably gonna paint the inside of this. Now, to do that, I'm going to pop off this gas strut, I'm gonna pop off this bubble level, and I think I'm gonna pop out the whole drawer system. It's held in there with pocket hole screws, should come out pretty nicely. We'll do that, and then we're gonna have...
And then we sand.
Yeah, probably not with that sander.
No, not this one.
I've got a much nicer
This
sander.
one's trash.
But it won't get into the corners, so I'll have to figure out the corners. But get everything sanded down. I think tentative plan, everything is subject to change. We're gonna paint the entire inside, less obviously the countertop. Probably not gonna paint these sliding doors because there's a lot of friction on them and they slide against each other. Wouldn't have been my design, but that's how they did it. And if I paint them, they're just gonna get scuffed to shit. And I don't think that's gonna look very good. So I think we're gonna leave these just a wood color. Now that I'm looking at it, it kind of chaps my ass that they're different colors. So I think those are gonna stay. And then
I don't think we need to paint these either.
Yeah, I think
this would be fun.
I think we're gonna leave these just a raw wood color. Now this top one is probably gonna go bye-bye because our camp stove is going to be located in here, and I don't want this tall face in front of it while we're cooking. So I think we'll pop this front face off. I'll probably put just a shorter strip of wood, bridging left to right to maintain structural integrity. That'll get mounted in there permanently. So, recap. Today, cut that hole. Pull this shit out. Figure out if I can do anything with those. And we'll go from there. Let's get to it. Now for my favorite part, sanding. Went ahead and took care of some of the clerical work, Got all of the sealant from around this perimeter pulled up to the best of my ability. Went ahead and threw down a border of tape just so the sander doesn't want to scratch up the stainless counter. Pulled off the last little bits of the hardware, and now we're going to start doing some sanding. Gonna go grab some headphones and a mask. If I can find one. I think I have one somewhere. Is wearing a dirty ass gross mask better than wearing no mask? Or is it worse? That's got a lot of dust in there. Guess we'll find out, huh? Holy shit. Alright, we are done sanding. All the walls, all the sides, all the things been sanded. Got that clear coat off of there, which was a pain in the johns. But we're good. And I'm exhausted. And did I mention I hate sanding? Sanding stuff balls. Alright, cool. Well, that's where I'm going to finish this one off, guys. As always, appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. Catch you on the next one. See ya.